Awkward Mafia.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to another episode of Awkward Mafia Watches Lost. I'm Jesse.
I'm Kristine.
Today we are watching Season 4, Episode 5, The Constant.
Ooh. It's going to be another watch. Last episode, I thought it was going to be a flashback, but it was a flash forward. So I'm going to say flash forward now and watch. It's going to be a flashback. But I'm going to stick with it. Let's go flash forward.
Okay, flash forward. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you did say this was like the flash forward.
It's the flash forwards. They're going to mostly be flash forwards, but there are flashbacks.
Yeah. I like that, though. I enjoy, like, trying to figure out.
Yeah, because they want to keep you on your toes. Like, is this the future or is this the past?
And I'm having fun kind of trying to piece together, like, when the flash forwards happen. Because with the flashbacks, it's like, obviously, it's, like, it's either, like, their past, like their life story kind of thing, or it's like right before the flight. Most
of everyone's flashbacks are in chronological order.
Yeah,
like Jack's. A lot of Jack's after like halfway through season 1 is like
so it's like easier.
Yeah,
but this the future stuff is like I'm like. What? How old is?
Sun and Jin's is all over the place. It's like,
well, yeah.
Like this is this one, then they go back here. Oh, we went here, but then we found out before that, you know.
Yeah, theirs is all over the place, but like anime does that all the time, so I'm not as.
But yeah, Jax is pretty consistent. Lox is pretty consistent.
But yeah, previously on Lost, the last episode was a flash forward, and it was a Kate episode. I don't know why it was called Eggtown, but. If you guys know.
Yes, we asked for comments help on that. We haven't read the comments on that episode yet.
We don't know. But, yeah, it was a Kate episode. Kate, like, she's on trial.
For all the things she did.
Yeah, literally everything she did. But she made a deal with the DA or the prosecution to get just 10 years probation.
Well, because it was going to be real bad because her mom was their star witness. If you get the criminal's mother to testify against them, that's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And then we find out she was only going to do it so that she could meet her grandson. But when Kate refused, she still didn't go through with it. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because, Kate's mom sucks.
But that's an understatement.
But she's still like human, you know.
Yeah, you can be a shitty human.
I know. She's not like evil. She's just her priorities are all wrong. She's just not a very good person.
She's not evil, of course not. No, but she's definitely.
And she must have been a somewhat decent mom for Kate to love her as much as she did for as long as she did. It didn't come crushing down until the murder of the husband, because she's like, I'm going to take care of you, Mom.
Yeah, I think.
And then the mom was like, no. Yeah. The dad wasn't the problem.
I think the problem was like, the mom was getting abused, and I think Kate, if anything, like felt bad for her mom. So it wasn't necessarily like, and I think that's where that because like she literally, I mean, later she said she did it for herself, like Kate, like killing her dad. Yeah. But like I think in her own way she felt bad for her mom. Anyway, but that was the episode. She's on trial, and then you probation. Find out that we found out that like her son is Aaron. Yeah,
they make you think it's Sawyer's kid.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not. It's Aaron.
So she isn't actually pregnant right now.
She said she wasn't, but Kate says a lot of things. Yeah. And also doesn't mean she's not going to get pregnant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I was like, how old is this child?
Yeah. Like we were trying to do the math like how
because if they were like, we're going to bring your son in to testify, I'm like, okay, so he has to be like speaking age, like which is like 4 or 5 and enough to kind of comprehend the trial enough to like answer questions about his mom. So I'm like, okay, well, he has to be like not a baby. Yeah.
Well,
that's
last time. On the missing helicopter, and Miles has a grenade in his mouth.
That was badass, though. I'm not gonna lie. Miles extorted Ben for specifically $3.2 million. But yeah, that's it. The Constant. I mean, My confusion is a constant in the story, so maybe...
I don't know, maybe it's about that. Well, let's find out. First, you at home, don't forget, this is not a market substitute. Be sure to support the official release. And if you want, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/awkwardmafia. There's a link in the description and a little square in the corner. And I started writing it out, too, on screen next to the video. So you can see it.
Yeah, if you want to see, like, behind the scenes or episodes a week early.
Yeah, early access, uncuts. There might be some big stuff coming to Patreon soon. We'll see. But for now, let's watch.
It's Desmond. Oh.
The helicopter. What happened to it?
Nice.
Why are you flying directly into the thunderhead?
Why don't you just sit back and let me do my job, huh?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You have to stay on the bearing, but there's a storm.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Hold on!
On your sudden feet! Move!
Did he just time travel?
I'm sorry, sir. I was having a dream, sir.
What were you dreaming about? That it took you so sodden long to get to your mark?
I was in a helicopter, sir, and there was a storm, sir. I don't remember the rest, sir.
At least it was a bloody military dream. In the yard, 4 minutes. And you can thank Private Hugh for having to do it in double time.
We know he was in the military.
He went back in time again.
You think?
Well, he said he...
Yeah, the dream he had is what we saw in the present.
Never had a dream that was so vivid. It was like I was actually there. You got something to say, Hugh? I asked you a question! Desmond, are you alright? Who are you? Oh, you know my name!
Oh.
What? They switched consciousnesses? Like his old self
Is now
in
the present?
That must be jarring. Julia's like, oh my fucking
This is
God.
what is happening.
They took off a day ago. Why haven't we heard from them?
What makes you think I know anything? Because you're not worried.
Maybe we should just tell them.
Dan, let's not confuse anyone. Well, Daniel, maybe if you talk real slow, we'll be able to follow.
Your perception of how long your friends have been gone, it's not necessarily how long they've actually been gone.
Like the missile thingy test he did.
Called it.
The time dilation.
I called it.
As long as Frank flew on the bearings that I gave him, if he stayed on it, it'll be fine. And what if he didn't?
Then they'll be gone for years.
Then there might be side effects.
Like?
Keep away from the stick! We'll be there in 2 minutes!
Damn, because they went off course for like
a second.
a second.
Because of the storm. You know, he couldn't fly directly into it. You had to fudge it a little. Picture of him and Penny.
Right, where am I? All right, just take it. Who are you people? My friend is historian. I'm not your friend. I don't know you. I don't know you.
So for them, it was really just 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is wrong. I'm not supposed to be here. Faraday, are you finished with your conscience because you want to run? Get moving. So help me. I'm thinking myself.
This morning, when I was in the yard doing crunches, I left. I was on a boat.
Who else was on this boat? Anyone you recognize?
There was a photo. Penny was in the photo.
Thanks for this morning, Hugh. Whoa. Watch your step.
Who are you people?
Well, my name is Kimi, and this is Omar. I'm from Vegas, and he's from Florida, but as for where we are, we last port in Fiji. We're going to go get the doc, and he's going to want to ask you some questions to help us sort all this out.
What do you mean sort out?
Wait a minute. What do you mean? I'm not supposed to be here! I'm not supposed to be here! Open this door!
Hey, it's happening to you too, isn't it?
I wonder who that could be.
So what do you make of what's been going on so far?
Nice.
I know you love time travel.
I do. Trying to figure it out. Well, the time dilation is obvious.
Yeah. For them it was 20 minutes, but for the boat and the island it was like two-ish, almost 2 days.
A day.
Yeah.
Because they said that they've been gone a day.
Yeah.
You want to help me? Give me your phone.
You give me that weapon and I'll give you this phone.
He just wants peace. He doesn't want any more violence.
Be quick. Don't go trying to call Baghdad. Those phones can only call each other.
That was unnecessary.
Hello.
Jack, Saeed. I'm on the freighter.
Are you okay? Where the hell have you been?
Something happened during the flight. He doesn't appear to recognize me or know where he is.
Side effects?
Wait, your friend, Desmond, has he recently been exposed to high levels of radiation or electromagnetism?
Yes, he has.
Are you alright?
I was just on a Ferris wheel.
See, Ray? I'm not crazy. It's happening to him too, Ray.
It's not gonna stop it, Ray. Nothing can stop it, Ray. Nothing can...
And how are you feeling?
What the bloody hell is going on?
I understand you're disoriented.
You're not gonna stick me with that, brother.
I don't want to stick you with anything. Desmond, why don't you tell me about the last thing you remember?
Penny?
What do you want then?
I'm confused. I need to see you.
You broke off with me and then you joined the army.
Look, I've got 2 days leave starting tonight. Can I come and see you?
No, don't bother showing up at the flat because I've moved. Please, just don't call me.
No, listen, Penny, I need
you.
What the hell, Frank? You're not supposed to be down here, and definitely not with him.
Sorry, Doc, but I got Faraday calling from the island. He needs to talk to this guy.
No, Faraday's not talking to my patient. Now get out of here.
Hey! Give him the phone now!
Jeez.
Hello? Desmond, my name is Daniel Faraday. We met yesterday before you took off, but I'm guessing you don't remember that.
Took off? What?
Desmond, we don't have long to talk, so I need you to tell me what year you think it is.
What do you mean, what year do I think? It's 1996.
Where are you in 1996?
Camp Miller, it's Royal Scots Regiment in just north of Glasgow.
Dan, you might want to...
No.
Jack's like, what are you doing? This is ridiculous.
Stop it! I'm trying to figure shit out.
I need you to get on a train. Oxford University, Queen's College Physics Department, all right?
What? Why?
Because I need you to find me.
So in 96, he was a train ride away from Desmond.
Why does he think he's in 1996? It's unpredictable. It's a random effect. Sometimes the displacement's only a couple of hours, sometimes it's years. Wait, this has happened before.
Just let him do his thing.
Okay, Desmond, listen. When you find me at Queen's College, I need you to tell me to set the device to 2.342, and it must be oscillating at 11 hertz.
2.342.
If the numbers don't convince me, I need you to tell me that you know about Eloise.
Hey!
Tell me that you know about Eloise.
Yep. He wrote it down on his future hand. Hopefully you can. Can you remember what the numbers were?
2.342 at 11 hertz.
Yep. 2342, the last two numbers.
Oh.
11 though is its own thing.
Hey, there he is.
You can tell he's younger because his hair's longer.
You can tell he's younger because his hair's shorter. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think I've just been to the future. You said you'd help me.
Why didn't I just help you there, in the future? I'm gonna put you through the headache of time travel, you know? And don't you think my esteemed colleagues could have come up with something just a little more believable? What kind of a prank is that? Time paradox. So uninspired.
Set your device to 2.342 and make sure it oscillates at 11.
I know about Eloise.
He's like, okay. I believe you.
This is where I do the things Oxford frowns upon. This future version of me, he referenced this meeting, right? Obviously, so I would remember you coming to Oxford, right? I would remember this here right now.
Maybe you just forgot.
Yeah, right. How would that happen?
So, this is changing the future.
You can't change the future.
What's that for?
Radiation.
Do I get one?
You don't need one. For prolonged exposure, I do this 20 times a day.
So what'd you put in your head?
He's not protecting his head from this radiation.
That's probably why he has memory problems.
Well, he doesn't remember this happening before.
Yeah.
Is Eloise, if the numbers you gave me are correct, what this will do is unstick Eloise in time, just like you. Here goes everything.
It worked! I'm sorry, how is a rat running through a bloody maze so incredible?
What is incredible is I just finished the maze this morning. I'm not going to teach her how to run it until an hour from now.
So how does that help me?
Come on, Desmond.
You! Help me. I don't understand. Am I supposed to help you? Didn't I send you back here to help me?
I don't know why you sent me here.
You let Faraday talk to him?
He said he could help. Faraday can't even help himself.
Desmond, can you please explain to me?
Desmond. I'm George Minkowski.
Oh.
I'm the communications officer. An incoming call. We were under strict orders never to answer it. Those calls came from your girlfriend, Penelope Whitmore.
They were told never to answer Penelope's calls.
So they know. I mean, we know they know about her.
Yeah.
That was their cover story.
What happened?
Oh, you're back. And you're out almost 75 minutes. In your case, I'm guessing that...
Wait, so, but if his future consciousness, where's his future consciousness going?
It gets harder and harder to jump back.
Yeah.
I would be careful crossing the street if I were you.
What happened to her?
Brain aneurysm, probably. I don't know. I'm do an autopsy later.
If this keeps happening, am I gonna die?
I don't know. I think Eloise's brain short-circuited. The jumps between the present and the future. She couldn't tell which was which. She had no anchor.
What do you mean, anchor?
Something familiar in both times. All this, this is all variables. Every equation needs stability, something known. It's called a constant. Desmond, you have no constant.
Penny.
Can it be a person?
Yeah, maybe. But you'd have to make some kind of contact. Who you calling?
I'm calling my bloody constant.
That's not good.
At the stairs.
2 days ago, someone sabotaged all the equipment.
One deck up. I'll take you there.
And how do we get out of here?
Through this door. Looks like you guys have a friend on this boat.
The spy.
Mm.
Who's the spy? He's like, damn it.
Yeah, look, he didn't fall down the steps.
That's good.
He just hit the wall.
Yeah. I wonder how long he was out though.
I know.
Rock set sail from Portsmouth, England, March 22nd, 1845, on a trading
The Black Rock.
kingdom of Siam, when she was tragically lost at sea.
It's a ship.
The contents of this journal have never been made public nor unknown to anyone outside the family of the seller, Tovard Hensel. Sold for £380,000 to bidder 755.
Can I have a word?
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitmore.
No, it's fine.
I need to get in touch with Penny.
There was a time when if you'd have asked her to marry you, I'm certain she'd have said yes. Fortunately, your cowardice won out instead.
Why do you hate me so much?
Not me who hates you. Here's her address. I'll let her tell you herself.
Bitch, you just let the water running.
Yeah, rich guys.
I was gonna be passed out in the bathroom. No.
But when the captain finds out, I feel sorry.
After your call, someone has to tell me precisely what is going on.
I saw he just dropped in the middle of a sentence. Okay, well, we're gonna ignore that for now. I'm gonna go fix this.
It's 2004. Didn't realize it was almost Christmas.
I can't get back.
What happened to him? The same thing is going to happen to me.
If he doesn't find Penny.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. So we got some idea of the time. Oh boy, I hope he didn't hit his head on that counter when he went down.
Doesn't seem like it.
No.
I guess it kind of makes sense that he would die. Like, in terms of, like, if his past consciousness is stuck in the future, it's like, yeah, how does his past keep going?
What are you doing here?
I mean, I tried to call you, but yeah, you disconnected your phone.
Yeah, because I moved.
She's like, yeah, I'm not trying to see.
I know this doesn't make any sense because it doesn't make any sense to me. 8 years from now, I need to call you. I can't call you if I don't have your number.
What?
I know I've ruined things. I know you think things are over between us, but they're not. If there's any part of you that still believes in us, just give me a number.
What's to say you wouldn't call me tonight or tomorrow?
I won't call for 8 years. December the 24th, 2004, Christmas Eve.
7946 0893.
Get out! Just if you still care about me, you have to answer. I'm not crazy, Penny. You have to believe me. You have to...
Trust me. I do trust you. Still have to remember that number.
7946 089.
Hello?
Penny?
Desmond? Des, where are you?
I'm on a boat. I've been on an island.
I've been looking for you for the past 3 years. I know about the island. I've been researching your mom. And then when I spoke to your friend Charlie, that's when I knew you were still alive. That's when I knew I wasn't crazy.
Stop it! No! Christ, stop. No.
I don't know where I am, but...
I'll find you, Des.
I promise.
No matter what.
I'll come back.
I swear to God, if he doesn't come back, I swear to God, I'm giving up the show. If my boy Desmond doesn't get back.
It was enough.
Stop. So fucking true.
If anything goes wrong, Desmond Hume will be my constant. That was The Constant. What'd you think?
Please stop. Oh, that was so good. I love Desmond. Desmond and Saeed. It's both of them.
So
I love them.
This is my favorite episode of
Really?
Lost.
Yeah, I get it.
It's technically a Christmas episode.
Because it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. It's time travel. You got Desmond insight. You got Saeed
Got both.
thinking this is ridiculous, but helping anyway because clearly something's going on here and you can explain it to me later.
Yeah. He's like, you better... You know what? I'm going to gloss over this, but because you need help right now.
Because that guy died. And you're bleeding.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to die. So I'm going to do what I can to help you. I guess a phone call will help you.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Right? Man.
The Constant.
I fucking love Saeed. He's just like, yeah, you know what? We're going to do this later because you're going to die. And
Meanwhile, Jack's like on the
I
dance on the
know!
phone, like, what are you talking about? Why does he think it's 1996?
I know. Yeah, see, Jack would ask too many questions and then he'd be dead on the floor.
And just refuse what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Saeed
impossible.
was the best person possible to be with Desmond at this point. Oh my
God.
God.
He can fix the broken communications. And two, he'll go along with it
And
as far as he needs to.
Yeah. Like he's not pressed about the questions because it's not, the priority is him not dying right now.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? Like, I need to call Penny. He says that's not a priority right now. He goes, no, it is. It has to be. He goes, okay, I guess it is.
Yeah. Like, he saw his face like, no, I'm not lying. Like, I need to do this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think this episode kind of confirms that the last Desmond time travel episode was, in fact, time travel.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the added lore to it? Or the...
Lore?
Does what they did here make sense to you? I
I
know you're a stickler for inconsistent rules.
If this is the rule, then... So, I guess right now the rule is essentially... They didn't...
So, Faraday insisted that you can't change the past.
The future. He said the future.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But then that's why they brought up, wouldn't you remember us having this conversation in the future when I tell you?
Yeah. They met before, they talked briefly before he got on the helicopter. When he mentioned, oh, you're Desmond, I remember you from Oxford.
Yes. He didn't.
He doesn't remember that, but he doesn't remember much.
Yeah, so right now, the memory thing, I don't know if the memory thing is connected to the time travel thing. So if there's no... It seems like, though, it kind of doesn't make sense a little. Just because, future Desmond would remember this current, what's happening right now in terms of, him calling and, going back and forth. If he remembers being on a boat and Saeed, right? So, Desmond, I wonder how then... the rest of the stuff that, like, you know, he goes to the monastery.
The monastery and the last time he time traveled was before this.
Oh, it was? Okay. So because
he breaks up, he meets Penny at the end of the monastery.
Right.
And then they break up during the last time travel.
Right. Okay.
So, the only stuff after this would be him going to jail and him going on that sailing contest.
So like it's like, does he, because this has happened right before that, does he still like go on that journey to sail, and then how does he get trapped on the island then? And then like if this is before that, like he would remember the call to Penny when he's already on the island, and he would kind of know like, oh, this is the island I land on when he gets there. So it's kind of weird. Like he should have remembered that.
So
unless the memory thing is connected to whatever's happening in his conscious, so that means Daniel also kind of has it, but we haven't seen any instance of Daniel going back and forth. So it seems like it's that memory thing is isolated to Daniel. That's why I'm like, it kind of doesn't make sense, because then Desmond should remember.
I was like, Daniel said it affects everyone differently. It's almost random what happens. Because the communications guy, it was his present mind traveling through what seemed like random points in time. Like he was on a Ferris wheel this time. Like it's not a consistent thing for him. And it's his present self. Desmond is kind of locked in 2 points in time consistently, and it's his past consciousness going between
back and
them.
forth, and it's linear in a sense that he goes back to the point where
more or less where he left off.
Yeah, well, hours have passed, but yeah.
Yeah.
He goes back to the same year at least. He's not jumping. That's actually I forgot about that. So I guess if it's, I mean, it's kind of a like bullshit. Like I guess if it affects
people differently
and it's random and it's chaotic, and the only thing is though you just need a constant.
Yeah, between the whatever you wind up.
Then then it does. Then maybe it does make sense, because like if he.
The other thing is, it is his past consciousness traveling forward and back, and he makes the call with Penny while in the present.
Yeah.
And we see his past self walk away, meaning that as soon as he made the call, it kind of fixed everything. Like his memories of the present came back to him, so it's almost like his past self turned into his present self when he was on the phone. So he regained all the memories.
Yeah, I guess then
he had been missing from 96. Well, his 96 self just kind of went back to business as usual.
Yeah, so I guess like because now his brain I guess can realize that like it's the same. I'm the same person.
Yeah.
And nothing's going to change because this one constant is there. I know that
it's like
nothing's changing.
It's too much for the brain like to handle
going back and forth
through time. Like I think that's an interesting concept that it's like dangerous to your brain to travel through time because of how different it is.
Yeah.
Because he's like just himself, longer hair, beard. He's on a boat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in 96, he's, just in England, in the UK.
Yeah.
Running around. And there's no one from his life on either end, except Penny is the only chance he has. And it's the only thing he cares about enough to really fix him.
Yeah. I think... actually then, if his brain then can work out, like, if it got, like, fixed in a way, like... he's not going to jump back and forth anymore, then it would kind of make sense that his brain is like, okay, wait. So because he has his constant now, he said, like, I guess Dan was like, oh yeah, your mind will be anchored. Mm-hmm. And so it'll stop the phenomenon of jumping back and forth because now your brain can register, wait, no, it's same me. We're in the past and then we're also we're going to be in the future, but it's the same me. It's the same person. So like his brain doesn't freak out.
So basically the island is like in a dome of time displacement.
Yeah.
Where like the difference between time on and off the island is out of sync at all times. So when you veer off course and when you move off the bearing, and because Desmond's so susceptible to time stuff because of the hatch and he turned the key, he became unstuck in time. And finding a constant brought him back. Like, it re-stuck him in time.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he unstuck his rat in time so that she can go to the future and learn how to use the maze.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But Daniel was very clear in saying you can't change
the future. Yeah.
But we've seen Desmond do that multiple times. Now, he changed things slightly the first time he traveled through time. Details, not the bigger picture. He couldn't change the breakup and all that stuff. But he did stop that one guy from getting hit in the head with the cricket bat.
Mm-hmm.
Little stuff like that. And he saved Charlie's life a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Which is what led us to this point where he, once again. So, yeah, what's the truth? Can you change the future, or can you not? Can you only change details?
I think it's just details, because Charlie eventually died.
Yes, but if Charlie had died when he was supposed to, the freighter would never have been able
That's true.
to get as close as it did. That's a pretty big thing.
Yeah. So, Daniel is probably wrong.
Okay.
Or he is right, and the only reason why Charlie was able to, like, it was changed is because they're on the island. Like,
what do you mean?
Like we don't know for the cricket guy, right? Like you said, it never changed the big picture of like him losing Penny, all that, right? But the guy didn't get hit by the cricket bat. Well, we don't know what happened in his life at all to know if that had a big effect on him, or if he just didn't get hit by the bat that day, right?
Okay.
So, but Charlie specifically, right? Like, while that was all happening, we already know like time's weird in this island. So like, just because and he even said, and like already Daniel said that the rules on this island are different than the regular world, outside world. So if time works differently on the island, then him saving Charlie a bunch of times, he changed the future. Like, even those details, like, that's a big picture thing, like you said.
Because
right?
it's within the dome
yeah.
of time weirdness.
Yeah.
The rules are more...
So he was able to change the future because but those rules only apply inside this weird time weirdness. But outside of in the real world, like when he saved that guy, like if
on the boat, and in 1996, he was not within the dome.
Yeah,
he was,
Yeah, but he didn't change anything. Like
exactly,
said, right? He didn't change the future. He's still on the boat. He's still on the island.
He still met Dan.
He still like everything still happened the same. That would actually make sense in terms of like him, like if he forgot like that whole experience and he just kept going, then yeah, it would make sense that he now sails, still gets to the island, everything happens the same. He's not on the island yet. So like the future's still the same. And it leads up to this future where now he saves Charlie, all that all that stuff. Like, so Daniel is probably right, but just didn't take into account the island. Like the future will stay the same if you're not on the island.
Okay. I like that theory.
Yeah.
Daniel Faraday. So we saw him younger. He was a little different when he was younger, it looked like.
Yeah.
Because now he's like, more like, okay. But then Bass, he's like, more, he has it more together mentally, it looks like.
Actually, his memory stuff, like, maybe, like, in the notebook when he's like, if anything were to go wrong, Desmond is my constant. Like, something probably has already happened to him and he hasn't quite realized it. Or maybe he has, I don't know. But, like, that could be why he was crying when he saw the plane crash. Like, he doesn't, because he said he doesn't know why he was crying.
Yeah.
So, I think at that point when he sees the crash happen on the news, something has probably already happened to him. He just can't remember.
Okay.
And he hasn't met Desmond yet. Or, like, he has.
He had at
technically.
that point. Technically, at that point, he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, actually, that could be why he was crying. Because if his constant is Desmond, and at that point, he had already established Desmond as a constant in the future and in the past, because him crying is prior to, it's after he meets Desmond.
Yeah.
So, but he wouldn't remember if it's the same as Desmond. He like just continues on.
Well, like you said, it's the effect of being unstuck is random. So instead of his conscious from now or a different point in time moving to another point in time. It could have just shattered his present mind throughout time.
It could have, yeah. And
or,
like we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But like I'm just.
There's no guarantee that you always travel through time either. If you're we don't know what being unstuck in time really is.
Yeah, well,
it could be a million different possibilities.
Yeah, but like just based on like what we've seen, like he didn't know why he was crying when he saw the crash, but we know he's not dead clearly, and he doesn't seem to be in danger yet. So that means he established Desmond as a constant already. But it's kind of obvious that like something kind of happened to him because we already see he has memory problems. Yeah, and if he
Desmond points out you don't protect your head.
Yeah,
he has the vest.
That could just be because of the radiation, honestly. But like, if it's because of like something went wrong or whatever, or like he's also experiencing similar effects. Because actually, if they also got off course when they were going to the island, something would have happened to him because he's been exposed to radiation. So it's kind of like,
well, we know the what's his face, the communications guy and his friend were like the only ones who really got affected because the last few times the helicopter came in, I guess it was fine. Yeah, it was just because there was a storm when Frank was flying it this time.
I don't know, but like the crying could also be foreshadowing in terms of like something did go wrong with Daniel, and something's going on with his brain, and so like he doesn't know why he's crying about the crash. Like he could have gotten like Desmond like as a constant, and so he's okay, but it could have just been like his brain kind of still remembers a little bit, like subconsciously remembers something that happened in the future, and so he's crying about it in the past, but he doesn't know why because it's subconscious and like his brain's fine, kind of like Desmond. If you're saying like if that theory is correct, like he just gets back, he gets stuck back in time and then just continues on, and then the future just is unchanged, the big picture's unchanged. So it's like, but yeah, Desmond doesn't remember being on an island and being on a boat, right? Like when he gets to the island. So it could be similar for Daniel. Okay. Like even though it's like random and chaotic, but like just based off what we've seen, it's probably similar. I love it.
Yeah,
I love all this crazy stuff.
It's still, there's still a lot of question marks on time travel.
Yeah, I think it's just because Daniel, like we don't know what's gonna happen with Daniel yet, and we don't know like his memory is his memory like problems connected to just because he's exposed himself to radiation like without any protection, or is it because
this weird time travel energy,
or is it because of like something happened later after this Desmond incident, something happens to Daniel that
it. I mean, it's technically possible that it hasn't happened to him yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Affected his past self. Yeah,
but even though it hasn't happened to him yet, I mean, like
past Desmond was affected in this. Like 96 Desmond was the star of this episode.
Yeah. But we don't know what happened to Daniel, and like you said, it could be random, right? He could be going to different points in the past, or like it could be his past, like it could be anything. It could be his future going back in the past, like George, right? Yeah. But we don't know. Yeah. That was cool though.
I love that this episode is somewhat. It's the flashback framework, but it's literally moving through the flashbacks and the present. Like they actually took the storytelling framework of an episode and made it plot. Yeah. Like the actual, he's actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love that there's no sound effect too, because you normally lost. There's a when they cut to between present and past, but
no, it's just I'm awake.
It's there.
It's like I'm back.
I know. Like, oh no, the stairs.
I know we were all worried about him like hurting himself. We're like, oh my god, did he just like, is he gonna drown? Is he gonna hit his head? Oh my god, he's just passed out on the top of a flight of stairs. Like, holy shit. Imagine. Yeah. It's so scary.
Yeah. No, I love this. This is I have not seen a time travel story like this before. where it's just constantly back and forth.
Actually, it's like I just thought of something. It's like it goes well with the theme Lost because he's lost in time.
Yeah,
and it's like almost like they're taking the audience, like they're trying to make the audience feel lost as well, watching the show called Lost.
Yeah,
it's like nice and meta.
they slowly feed you to what is going on exactly. Yeah. Any new mysteries? A lot of old mysteries coming back, like the bearing, the time dilation, Dan's memory. But no, I don't know if there's any new mysteries. The spy, we already...
Nah, I think... Actually, I mean, we kind of... Well, no. We didn't... I guess... when George mentions, like, they were never supposed to answer Penny's calls, but, like, why, I guess? But...
Oh, yeah, well, because Charlie answered one of her calls.
Yeah.
So she's just been bombarding the area with calls pretty much nonstop. And I guess
they were told not to answer.
Exactly. So
they were told by someone, don't answer these calls.
So how do I phrase that as a mystery?
Why was the boat never allowed to answer Penny's calls?
Okay.
And like, I guess who told them that?
I think of a more concise way to phrase that later. But yeah.
That's pretty concise.
Yeah. But Penny, yeah. She knows about the island, she said. She's been doing research and she knows. So we don't really get it clear what exactly that show, but she knows about the island. And she's been looking for Desmond
for 3 years.
Somehow she figured out Desmond is on this island. And that there is something weird about this island.
He has a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, an island this large, this weird, has to have some kind of mythology around it somewhere. Even if Ben's group has been like keeping it quiet or away from mainstream ears, there has to be something somewhere to reference the existence of this place. Because there was the Dharma Initiative. They were here.
Yeah.
Bunch of people were there and then they were gone forever. Someone has to notice that.
Yeah, I mean, if they found the island and they were able to bring a bunch of supplies all the time there and and have a whole project, like that's the thing, right? It's like, I mean, it makes sense that she would know about the existence if a whole fucking government project, or maybe not government, but
private funded.
Yeah, even though, but like a privately funded business was able to figure out this island exists and do experiments on it and like put people there.
The company that funded Dharma was called the Hanzo Group, or the Hanzo Company Corporation. And Hanzo is the name of the first mate whose journal was being sold in auction from the Black Rock, which is the slave ship that's on the island.
Nice.
Yeah. Hanzo. That's a name we don't hear a lot, but it's the guy, it's some billionaire who he's the guy who owns Dharma or paid for Dharma to exist. Apparently, there was another Hanzo who was on the Black Rock as a first mate. And Charles Whitmore was bidding on it.
Oh, wait, actually then it would make sense that she knows exactly the island because her dad just literally won the book.
Oh, you think maybe she found that book and the guy in it wrote about the island?
Well, you said he was the first mate, right?
Yeah.
The first mate of the captain, right?
First mate works, right.
I don't know how to...
Yeah, it's like the captain and the first mate.
Okay.
It's like his right-hand guy.
Okay, so like...
You think first mate is second in command.
Okay. Right-hand man. Okay, got it. So yeah, like if her dad literally just bought the book.
Yeah.
In an auction. And they said that like no one has ever read it except for that family.
Yeah.
But he just literally bought the book. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't he read it? I would assume Penny probably has some type of access, or if not, then she probably just got access somehow. You know?
Yeah, it's Penny.
Yeah.
She'll do whatever it takes.
Yeah. So that it's not a stretch to see how she found out about the island, especially if she has a book.
So I forget the last time we talked about this. It might have been season 2. OTPs of this show. When we made that discussion, I couldn't mention Desmond and Penny because it wasn't really a thing yet. but I think it's Desmond.
Yeah, it's not even a competition, man.
I tear up every time that the phone call.
Yeah, I started.
I'm saying, I'll find you.
I teared up.
I'll get to, I promise. Yeah, I love you. I love you.
Yeah. There's something about it's cute too because it's like literally across time. Like they're still in love after all. And like even though they've been through a lot,
they've been on and off for like over 8 years.
Years. Yeah. Like something about it is like, oh, like please, if he doesn't get off this island and reunite with her, I'm going to riot.
The fact that neither of them are willing to give up on their love, because Desmond keeps screwing it up, but Penny refuses to like let him sabotage it. There's something sweet about that. And I like too where he, in the first time travel episode, Desmond told her that you deserve better, and she says, "I know, I don't care. I chose you. Like I know what you are. I love you." I like that. Like, yeah, I know I deserve better. I know that. This isn't like a low self-esteem thing. I don't care about what I deserve. I love you. I like that. It's a bit healthier than Kate's mom, where she's like, I know I deserve better, but I love him. Like, not in that way.
Not the same thing.
No, because Desmond is better than he gives himself credit for.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a loser, awful, but he's so good at everything. Like he got dishonorably discharged, but he learned a lot in the army. He learned a lot at being a monk, even though he got fired after a week. He has a lot of skills that are really useful.
I think it's a confidence thing. He just doesn't have any confidence. For him, it's a self-esteem thing.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just needs a lot more confidence in himself and who he is.
Yeah.
I love Desmond. That was so cute. The phone call. I swear to God, if he dies, I'm gonna fucking riot.
Well, the good news is he was not on Oceanic 850.
I know, but they don't know that. Well, I guess they do, because like Frank was just like, "Oh, these are the survivors of Oceanic flight."
Yeah.
So
I know he just said that, even though Desmond wasn't.
Yeah.
But what I mean by that is that the Oceanic 6 can't, whether or not Desmond survives, does not affect the Oceanic 6. I know. Same with Juliet and anyone else who we've come to know who wasn't on the plane.
That's why I'm like, I swear to God, if he dies.
But that means like, how do we know? There's no way to know.
Exactly.
If he makes it off the island.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
they can't because this was the season's Desmond. There's 14 episodes, and we got the Desmond one.
That's why I'm like, I'm gonna fucking riot if he doesn't get off. I mean, okay. If he doesn't get off the island, that's as long as he's alive, okay? As long as he's alive, there's hope.
We don't know everyone dies.
Yeah, we don't know
just because
anything.
they didn't get off the island.
Yeah, they just said, well, okay.
They might be in trouble, which is what Charlie was kind of seemed to be hinting at, that there's trouble and that Hurley needs to do something. But we don't know if that means if they all died or most of them died, or they're all still alive, just still trapped on the island. And we don't even know if, because of time dilation,
we don't know how long.
Because the time dilation seems to go back and forth. It's about the same as the real world, but it's off
a little bit.
Because the rocket was what, like,
it was like 30
it was like 30 something minutes,
31 minutes or something
off time. But them flying a helicopter to the boat was a day different, a day and some change. So like it's like it's not consistent. It's weird time dilation stuff. So I think because it's more or less the same on the island as off the island. Time has passed so far,
but also
because they see the calendar and they count the days.
We don't know for the rocket. We don't know if the rocket stayed on the bearing to the beacon.
True. Like
it could have got knocked out. Yeah. So like even if it stayed on the bearing, right? That could be why it wasn't as long as a day, because they got off the bearing, like. Mm-hmm.
They went off bearing. Went off bearing.
So it could have been longer.
We don't know how much off bearing they were because it's a storm.
Well, it showed kind of the needle.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was like
it was only a little bit, but
still,
it was
like,
enough
right?
to completely.
That's why I'm like, so it would have been not that long if they didn't go off the bearing, maybe
Possibly,
because if that rocket was locked on to the beacon and it didn't go off course, then that could explain why it was only 30 minutes versus them doing a day because something went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to think about, I suppose.
That makes sense to me.
All right. Do we have a question for the comment section?
Who's your OTP?
We've asked this before, but yeah.
It's changed.
Is it not Penny and Desmond?
Hey man, some people might like.
Well, you know,
it might be like a.
It's still season 4 too. Also, there might be some relationships down the road. That,
Look, no. But there's still like, what is it? Jack and Kate. What's that? Jake.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's Jate. There's
Jate and Skater.
Skater. I like that.
Skaters.
Skater.
Yeah.
And then I guess
Old skate, but skaters are the ones who are pro. And then there's the Jit fans.
There's also Rose and Bernard, man.
Rose and Bernard have been solid.
Mm-hmm.
The only kind of
Sun and Jin
has had other up and downs, but they're in a strong place right now.
Mm-hmm. So
that's another one that refuses to be given up on. You know, both Sun and Jin refuse to give up on their relationship.
Yeah, so.
What about Juliet and Jack? They kissed.
I do like them more than. Like,
they're both kind of like focused on like getting off the island right now and
they're not really
romance stuff.
Yeah, I do like them more than Kate and Jack.
Do you like them more than Kate and Sawyer?
Yes.
Jack and Juliet better than Kate and Sawyer, especially after the last Kate episode.
I mean, I like. Okay, so the problem is like. It's because I don't really like Kate as a person
right.
or like a character that it's hard for me to like when she's paired up with anyone. I'm just like, ugh. Like, yeah, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, her and Sawyer are like, in terms of personality wise, I think they fit better. But they're both like not in relationship wise. I don't think they're that great for each other. Like. It wouldn't be a healthy relationship. I mean, it's not a healthy relationship,
no,
right?
Not.
So it's kind of hard. Like they're cute, but as long as they get their shit together, it'd be really cute. But like more so, I think, than Jack and Kate. I don't know. I was never really like. For me personally, like the Jack and Kate chemistry didn't really click for me. It never really did. I don't know why. Like it was. Every time they interacted and like had like those moments, like those like romantic tension moments or sexual tension moments were like really awkward for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of see that.
But it was a lot more natural with Kate and Sawyer. Like their tension seems more believable and natural. Yeah. I don't know. Just me though.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that? Let us know in the comments below. And thanks for watching, everybody. Patreon, all that. Like, comment, subscribe. You know. Bye.
That was such an awkward ending. On brand.